My name is previous Anirudh Shastri, and today we are discussing about Human Resource Management Department. Let me introduce my colleagues. This is Anjaneyulu, this is Niranjan, this is UWL Reddy, and this is OTC. Shastri, my UWL ID is 215894. My team members are Anjaneyulu, Kotisrikar, UWL, Niranjan. In this video, we are going to discuss about Human Resource Management. Human Resource Management is a division which deals with finding, screening, recruitment, training of the job applicants. This department also takes care of employee benefits. Coming to the history of HR, John R. Commons is an American institutional economist, also known as father of human resource. First coined the term human resource in his book named The Distribution of Wealth. However, it was not until 20th century that HR departments were formally taking care of addressing the misunderstanding between the employee and employer. The HR department. For starters, the purpose of the HR is to provide structure for your organization and service as your aspects for your business, such as people of your teams. The HR department takes care of staff needs, compensation, benefits, performance appraisal, and law compliance. Staff needs. Human Resource Department have the responsibility of recruiting employees. These include creating of positions. These involve identifying of job duties, determining the skills levels and qualifications, and specifying your salary range. Compensation. Many people associate the purpose of HR with compensation. Fair payment is a huge concern for employees. HR department personally check and make changes as a pay structure. This research compensation trends with the aim of providing employees with the industry acceptable pay. These also assess policies for health and organization with various laws. Benefits. Human resource develop and administrate the employee benefit program. Organization use benefit packages as recruitment and retention tools. Common benefits of job include health insurance, dental insurance, retirement plan, and life insurance. Law compliance. Companies are responsible for the safety and equitable treatment of their employees. Laws exist to protect employees in various areas. Failure to comply can bring countless lawsuits, which can undermine business profits. According to the US OHA, a workplace can reduce the cost of injury and illness by 20-40%. This occurs when the proper health and safety systems are in place. Human Resource Department keeps companies up to date with the regulations by staying aware of these laws, creating procedures to ensure adherence to the laws by everyone. Objectives of HR department. Organization goals. Organization goals are the strategic objectives that company managements establish to outline the expectations, outcomes, and guide the employee efforts. Work culture. It is a mix of organization leadership, values, traditions, belief, interaction, attitude of the employee. Integration. Integration and coordinations are most important in an organization because they demonstrate the ability of decision making. When managers are not on the same page with one another and fail to implement company strategy, employee loses faith in their managers. Employee motivation. Employee motivation is an internal drive to put forth the necessary effort and action towards the work-related activities for the employees.
Hello everyone, I am Anjaneyulu. My UWL ID is 215899136. Today we are going to discuss about the various modules of human resource management and the internal structure of a human resource management. There are the major modules have been identified for the human resources, and they serve many purposes for the human resource management. They provide the analytical framework for the human resource for studying the human resource management. They also provide the characterization of human resource management. They establish and variables and relationships to be. As we know, there are the different modules in human resource management. In the year 1984, the first Harvard model was developed by UWL for the human resource management. The Harvard model claims that it has a comprehensive 6 critical components of human resource management. The dimensions include the model of stakeholders, interests, situational factors, HRM policies, HRM outcomes, long-term consequences, and a feedback loop through. Now comes the Shamrock organization model. It is a module for an organization which has 3 main groups, workflows groups, like a Shamrock leaf. The three main have a body and are connected forming a single entity. Like Shamrock organization has divided into three parts: core workers, temporary workers, and contract workers. In this, core workers are the main plays an important role in an organization. Core workers represent the first group. They work permanently and represented highly trained and professionals. They form senior management, which is the brain of the organization. They are the specialists and they are the key workers of an organization. Now comes the contract workers. Contract workers represent the second leaf of an organization. They include self-employed professional and contracts on a project basis. Again, they may have people who have worked for an organization but they provide contractual service. Now comes the temporary workers. They are the third group in a flexible workers. They do non-essential routine work. However, they are bound by a permanent contract but instead work as a part-time or a temporary work. Today we are going to discuss about the internal structures of human resource management. Human resource management is defined as a department that manages most vital and valuable resources of the company. It helps the company for recruiting, screening, training, and it is an essential component of a business. Today we are going to talk about the internal structures of human resource like hierarchy in an organization structure. Hierarchical organizational structure. These structures look like a pyramid from the top level to the ground level of a company. The CEO is at the top and there are the various management departments underneath. This type of structure is common in government agencies and large companies because it can accommodate large numbers and clarify reporting in relation. Now you can see the structure of a hierarchical structure of a company. Now we are going to discuss about the HR budget. There is a numerous information required to make a new HR budget. Some of them include the total number of projected employees for that year, expected legal expenses, and new or recurring training needs. HR staffing plan. Employing an experienced and qualified HR professionals is not a walk in the park. When selecting candidates, it requires the candidate's experience and education levels for recruiting. In a hierarchical structure, the main role of organization staffing plan. The HR department should work hand in hand with the management to understand the long-term and short-term needs and budgets in the staff plan. Dictates the content and composition of an employee. It is necessary to understand the position in the business. The best sourcing activities that the department can use are the networking, the organization, posting and recruiting firms. Human resource department functions. The human resource department structure and functions handle six main components in the human resource basics. The six main are the recruiting, compensation and benefits administration, outsourcing HR functions, training and development, employee and labor relations, health and safety are the main important functions of human resource department.
Hello everyone, my name is Yugandhar Reddy. My UWL ID is 21591228. Today we are discussing about key concepts of recruitment and selection. Recruitment is a process of finding and attracting the potential resources of filling up the vacant positions in an organization. It sources the candidates with the abilities and attitude which are required for achieving the objectives of an organization. Recruitment process is a process of identifying the job vacancy, analyzing the job recruitment, reviewing the applications, screening, shortlisting and selecting the right candidate. Recruitment process, we have five main concepts: recruitment planning, strategy development, searching, screening, evaluation and control. Selection process. In this selection process, there are few steps: interview, reference checking, medical examination, final selection. Selection is the process of picking or choosing the right candidate who is most suitable for a vacant job position in an organization. In other words, selection can also be explained as a process of interviewing the candidate and evaluating their qualities, which are required for a specific job, and then choosing the suitable candidate for the position. The selection of a right applicant for a vacant position will be an assist to the organization. which will be helping the organization in reaching the. And also, different authors define selection in the different ways. Here is a list of some of the definitions. Employee selection is a process of putting a right applicant on a right job. Selection of an employee is a process of choosing the applicants who have the qualifications to fill the vacant job in an organization. Selection is a process of identifying and hiring the applicants for filling the vacancy in an organization. Human resource relationship in organization. Human resource is a critical organizational function that influences organizational development. It shapes organizational culture and supports the realization of organizational goals by recruiting, training, and managing employees. Functions such as staffing, compensation, benefits, performance management, and employee relation are closely related to OD. In order to carry out organizational development efficiently, it is necessary that HR has a direct relationship with OD, because through this they can obtain the necessary information to know what the needs of the company are and act accordingly.
Hello everyone, I am Kodishikar. My UWL ID is 215912227. Today I am discussing about best practices to drive your recruitment and selection process. The hiring and selection process for HR managers have become more complex due to skill gaps, rising job market, and variety in candidate expectations. Naturally, the key to enroll long-term economic issue success and sustainability in your capacity for making wise judgments. Doing so requires the intel ability to embrace the best recruitment and selection practices. The discussion making process is rationally and made more effective by using best practices. Here are few strategies you should enroll as a recruitment or HR professional to make sure your hiring and selection processes are successful. 1. Leverage social media platform. While social media continues to be a top worry for HR managers, it can help you research and recruit people from wide pool. Corporate career boards and internet job boards fall far short for revealing the open options for in your frame. A mere first step, posting job openings on platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn, it even better you if you can generate interest and recommendation on those channels through engagement.
1.
Ethics in HRM. Human resource professionals or business managers who applies ethics in HRM assist organization in implementing and upholding their regardless values of levels. This will enable them to develop, maintain, and enhance the relationship among their employees. For instance, one of the factors that will stop workplace problems for even starting in forecasting accountability. Role of ethics in human resource management. In order to effectively manage our business, you must understand the function of ethics in human resources. Here are core duties of ethics in human resource management, which also include forecasting, employee accountability, and cooperation. Aid by employment laws, protecting your employee brand reputation, promotes employee retention, better discussion making.
Hello everyone, I am Niranjan. My UWL ID is 21589108. Today we are discussing about ethnicity and different types of acts in human resource management. An organization acts and functions as a people or nation under the idea of ethnicity. An ethnic organization is synergetic and self-defining, with members who are highly emotional. It makes an effort to be unbiased towards its members' traditional customs. The contemporary complex organization must be attentive to ethnicity and diversity in its operating environment. It must create a distinct corporate culture that is shared by all members, regardless of their particular characteristics. Management must play three roles in the growth of such a diversified and ethnically sensitive enterprise. It creates policies that promote common values and vision, and it creates management systems such as selection and recruiting procedures, training and development policies, reward and promotion and transfers, and it creates management systems such as performance management.
1.
Now we are discussing about the different acts in human resource management. The Equality Act. It is introduced on 1st October in the year 2010. A new Equality Act went into effect. It combines over 116 individual pieces of law into a single act. The act established a legal framework to defend individuals' rights and advance equality of opportunity for everyone. It gives the United Kingdom a discrimination legislation that protects individuals from unjust treatment and fosters a more and equitable society. Employees deserve to develop their skills and abilities in a secure, supportive and inclusive environment regardless of their identity or history. Age, handicap, gender, marriage and civil partnership, pregnancy and motherhood, race, religion, sex and sexual orientation are all prohibited under the Equality Act 2010. The Equality Act refers to certain qualities as protected characteristics. A sufficient policy must be in place to reduce incidences of discrimination and guarantee appropriate action is done if any incident does occur. We are discussing about the CSR Act, Corporate Social Responsibility Act. The term was first used in 1953. American economist Howard Bowen coined the term in his publication Social Responsibilities of the Businessman, and he is sometimes referred to as the father of CSR. On April 1st in the year 2014, India became the first country to make corporate social responsibility a legal requirement. So, Section 135 of India's Enterprise Act requires companies with a specific turnover and profitability to spend 2% of their average net profit over the previous 3 years on CSR. CSR is based on the idea that businesses should give back to society as they expand and gain. Companies obtain resources from society in the form of raw materials, human resources and so on. What we understood by doing this video is how important is the human resource department in an organization. Without human resource department, the organization cannot be survived in the completion, as the human resource department takes care of the employees as well as the organization, and it plays an important role in the organizational development. Thank you.